Yo, what is going on, you wacky whale lord? Just wanted to let you guys know that I am going to be doing a 12-hour live stream with the release of Sword and Shield on PTCGO over on twitch.tv/AzulGG. I will be giving away a booster box of Sword and Shield, as well as any extra cards I pull out of the 300 packs I plan on opening tomorrow, Thursday, February 6th. So be sure to come check that out on the live stream, twitch.tv/AzulGG. Today we're going to be playing some games with Nag-Quag. I worked on this list recently on the live stream, and I was having a ton of fun with it. It was working super well. I was just winning games, man. Unfortunately, the new rule of you can no longer play supporters on your first turn is in effect on PTCGO, so we're going to have to deal with that. I'm not going to change the list to compensate for that. We're just going to go in, make it a little bit more challenging for ourselves. We're going to still be playing Lillie, even though they're not going to get any effect out of it if we go first. So we're going to be opting to go second in all of our games. So yeah, let's go ahead. Let's get into it. Let's play some games in this very weird in-between format rule change meta that we got going on. Metal, Psychic, Dragon, probably some kind of Malamar deck if I had to guess, but I'm actually yeah, probably Ultra Necrozma Malamar. Alright, so Ultra Necrozma Malamar, that'll be no problem. Malamar's usually a pretty easy matchup for the Nag-Quag with the way I currently have it built with the Espeon Deoxys, the baby Blacephalon, so on. Our opponent is going first. That means we will be able to use Lillie as we want to on our first turn. That's great. That's what we want. In this situation, our hand is super good. We have the Ultra Space to get ourselves a Poipole. We have the Communication to get ourselves the small water dude Wooper. We have a treasure and a discardable card in the Pokégear to get ourselves another Poipole. And then we have the Lillie. I don't know if I'll play the, or if I'll use the Ultra Space before I put Lillie in play. We'll see what our opponent does, of course, and what they have access to on their turn before we decide anything. They are playing the tag team Pokemon. You guys will also probably notice that they did update PTCGO. They gave us a new it's new. You know, the graphics are new on the dudes, the playmat's new, everything's new. All right, here we go. We're definitely gonna treasure away the water instead now and get ourselves that Poipole. I don't think I will use Ultra Space before I Lillie, because I also want to find Naganadels. I'm gonna get rid of that and get myself that Wooper. Actually, we're gonna get the Ditto. No, we're gonna get the Wooper here because Ditto could get knocked out by baby Blacephalon, which is something we definitely don't want to have happen. Bench Wooper, bench Poipole, play Lillie. Yeah, we're gonna do it like this so that we can kind of stockpile up our hand. We got the Volcanion, which is super good. I'm gonna go ahead and play the Acro Bike first, take the Naganadel, bench the Volcanion, use the Ultra Space, get another Poipole, bench that Poipole. We could calm. We want to save the calm to get the what's it called actually. Go ahead and eject Geyser, get some water in the discard pile for our Naganadels. No idea what I'm going to attack with next turn. Probably the Sauna Blast. So I'm going to go ahead and attach to, I think Poipole is always like the best thing to attach to. And we're going to pass over to our opponent. We'll see what they got for their turn. They did not have a very good start. They could not play the supporter turn one. Like I said, the no supporters turn one rule is in effect, even though the new set is not released. So we're playing in a very weird in-between meta format thing going on here. There is their Naganadel GX. That's fine with me. I don't care if they have access to that. There we go. Now they get to play a supporter. Caitlyn and Cynthia draw themselves some cards. Probably unlikely they get off a turn 2 attack here, but it's still possible. Definitely possible. Unlikely though. We'll see how it goes for our opponent. Looking very good for us to get a turn 2 attack though. We're currently a water energy short if Ultra Space sticks. If Ultra Space sticks, that can get us the Naganadel, which gets the water energy. So we're a water energy or a Naganadel short off of getting an attack. We can calm away a Naganadel. We can get a Quagsire. We can evolve a Naganadel. And then if we get another, if this sticks, we get another Naganadel. Charging up twice, that's 3 energy in play. So we'll need an attachment for turn or another Naganadel. And that will be the 4th energy. So we can retreat and get enough energy to use Sauna Blast. So that's our game plan. And the game plan in this matchup is basically just spread a bunch of damage, which we're going to try and do. Sauna Blast, spread some damage. And then use baby Blacephalon on our opponent's 3 prize turn. And then use Espeon Deoxys at the end of the game. And just draw all of our prize cards in one turn. We maybe pick up 2 or 3 prize cards before that actually happens. We'll maybe pick up a couple prize cards before we actually use Espeon Deoxys and baby Blacephalon to kind of set up the closing out of the game. But that's not too bad. Go Mysterious Treasure. There's a Stellar Wish. Sure. 3 Jirachis in play now for us to pick off. It's gonna be pretty good for us. We are gonna knock out one of them, but even two just stuck in play chilling is still pretty good for us. Did they actually get there? No Psychics in the discard pile, so yeah, they're not going to be attacking this turn, I don't think. Actually, they probably would have put a Psychic in the discard pile off that treasure if they had it, so they just have no Psychic Energy to work. They don't have an attachment for turn, that means. So that's pretty good for us. Who knows even if they'll get an attack off next turn. If they have something like a Cynthia or something, it's definitely possible, but they would need Cynthia, Viridian Forest, discard an energy, find an energy, discard an energy, find an energy. They need a lot. All right, see what we top deck here. All right, we're going to calm away Naganadel. Get the Quagsire because we need him if we want to attack. Quagsire there. Naganadel here. Ultra Space did stick, but we want to find 2 Naganadels potentially. So we're going to do this first. Oof. All right. Well, we got the attachment for turn, so we should have it. Still going to Acro Bike first, though. Grab the Pokégear, I think. We don't really need the Ultra Space as much anymore. Now we're going to Ultra Space, get a Naganadel. Definitely want to make sure we get a draw supporter on the next turn, I think. We can charging up. And I'm going to attach the basic water here because I don't want to lose a rainbow if I don't have to. And I don't have to if I do it like this. So we're going to attach this here. Going to retreat and then wash out these 2 waters to our active Volcanion. And I think we're just going to attack. I don't really see... We could bench the Ditto to try and make it into a Quagsire next turn. That doesn't seem necessary. Just going to go with that Sauna Blast. 100 to the active, $20 bench Pokemon. It's starting to set up that damage. Another Poipole. Never disappointed to see another Poipole. That can always become another Naganadel. We probably don't need a setup for Naganadel. That might be a little bit overkill. So we're probably not going to do that. We could use one of these for Spit Poison. I do that sometimes to just rack up damage in play without actually triggering our opponent's spell tags. But I think they're probably not playing spell tags, so they seem to be playing the full GX tag team build of Malamar here, so we're probably not going to see any interesting reset champ, reset stamp, reset champ. Probably not going to be playing any of that, whatever I just said. Oh, let's get to the Lillie. All right, they're having a horrible game. This is one of the worst draws, and of course new turn 1 rules make everything harder, not just for me but also for my opponent. Yeah, so this is looking horrible for my opponent so far. It's looking real bad. Yeah, if I had to guess, I think we pretty much already have this one wrapped up. We'll still give them, you know, a slight chance. They have a small chance. Not a very good chance, though, at all. This is looking real good for us, real bad for our opponent. We'll see. They still have some hope. They got 1 energy in the discard pile now. But that's not enough to actually attack this turn unless they're trying to clear vision, which they could do. That would be a little bit annoying, but I don't think it would be enough to really put a big stop in my plans of winning this game. So yeah, clear vision would be okay. We still hit him for 100 spread 20s. Still sets up for the baby Blacephalon really well. We don't get to use Espeon Deoxys at the end of the game, so it does take away that from us, but that's really not enough to win my opponent the game here, I don't think. We have a really good turn lined up for ourselves as well. Going to be able to go top deck, Viridian Forest away water, Treasure away water, 3rd Naganadel, attach Rainbow, Cynthia, and depending on what our top deck is, we might play that down as well. So who knows what this is? Could use that as well. The only thing I have to watch out here for is our opponent's baby Blacephalon turn, which is coming up here. Not this turn, but maybe the next turn, depending on what they attack with. So I got to watch out for that. Okay, so yeah, this. Get myself this. And then, actually, because we top decked that, I think I'm going to Jet Geyser because I'd rather knock out everything else on my opponent's. I'd rather hit something off my opponent's bench or knock out this Jirachi if they send up this Jirachi. Hitting the Giratina, fine with me as well. Now they have to, when they Shadow Impact, if they do Shadow Impact this turn, they hit their active, I get a prize card. So that there, we'll just hold the treasure for later, I guess. Definitely want to keep access to that Great Catcher, so we're gonna keep that in the deck. Gonna throw this here, and then charging up 3 times, a bunch of energy in play. Charging up again. I don't want to put my hand too low because then our opponent can use Trebnor to kind of take away all of our options. So I'm not going to play anything out of my hand. They usually only play the 1 reset stamp, and they have played it. Sometimes there's a second one. Even if they do play a second one, we'd still be getting just 5 cards, so it's like not a big change. So like I would rather just hold on to the like multiple options. Like I could have gone like Treasure away Treasure, play Acro Bike, you know, thin out my deck a lot, which I would normally do if I wasn't like afraid of Trebnor. But I am a little bit afraid of Trebnor, so I don't want to do that. We're just going to chill, hold the hand, let our opponent have their turn, because we could play down to like Cynthia, Pokégear, maybe something off Treasure, something off Acro Bike. Maybe we play one of those cards, then we'd have like a 3-card hand, and if they get the Cynthia and the Pokégear by using Trebnor, then we could be in trouble. So don't want to do that. Leave it as is. Let's see if our opponent has finally got something going. Can they finally attack this turn? I think they used Viridian Forest. They did have a switch. I kind of assumed they would have a switch or something like that in their hand if they did send up the Giratina like they did. But a Giratina in play having 120 damage is not super beneficial for my opponent. That is for sure. It's not going to do a whole ton for them. There's a Viridian Forest off the Stellar Wish. Man, it keeps getting worse and worse for our opponent here. They're set up. They got the 2 Malamar. They've got the attackers. They just don't have the energy. Yeah, it's looking real bad. Here's a Cynthia. So they need to find themselves, I think they use Viridian Forest. I could be wrong. They need to find themselves an energy and a way to discard it. And they are down 3 Mysterious Treasures. So they would pretty much need their last Mysterious Treasure. Yeah, and that's not going to be it. All right, here we go. I'm going to Viridian Forest away a Mysterious Treasure. Get a water. I think I'm just going to Jet Geyser. Push this to the bench, or we could Sauna Blast, knock it out. But Jet Geyser means I'd get 2 prize cards, which means we'd be on a 3 prize card turn, which means I'm gonna play. Let me check my discard pile. I want to keep the Pokégear. Want to keep the Mew. Gonna play the Acro Bike. Take the Pokégear again. I'll treasure away one of these Pokégears. Take a look. Ditto, our Quagsire is prized, but we could draw 2 prize cards this turn. But then they would be on Baby Blacephalon turn, which is like the scary thing. They would be on Baby Blacephalon turn, which means they would be able to just knock us out. So I'm actually going to go bench Mew, attach. I'm not going to push it to the bench. And then I'm going to use Mew to knock out like 2 Jirachis on the following turn, I think. Something like that. Now that we have the Great Catcher, though, we could... Oh, now I can't do it anymore. All right, Sauna Blast. Here we go. Yeah. I don't want Baby Blacephalon to KO my Quagsire. Is basically what I'm trying to avoid here, because then that means I can't move my energy around and I get stuck. But if I do go down to 3 prize cards, this thing activates Turning Point, which one-shots Mewtwo. So I guess I kind of forgot about that. And then I could have just dig for Great Catcher, which I knew was in the deck because I had seen it before. So I could have gone Jet Geyser. If they send a Mewtwo, that's also just kind of fine for me, because I actually get to hit the Mewtwo, set up more damage in play like I'm doing no matter what. But this is also fine as well. Yeah, I think this is also fine. All right, they are an energy short. They should 100% be able to attack here. They have 2 Psychic Recharges, 2 Psychic in the discard pile. They have the Viridian Forest. Our opponent will finally be able to attack. What they attack with, who knows? Yeah, I probably should have just gone down to 3 prize cards there. And then been like, okay, you can KO my Quagsire with Baby Blacephalon, but then if I have Great Catcher, then I get to knock out your Mewtwo and just win the game, so I don't care. Didn't go that route. Still very much in the lead here. Our opponent's going to need to do a lot. Actually, I think we can win next turn with Espeon Deoxys. If I'm not mistaken, we can just win next turn with Espeon Deoxys. Yeah, it looks like we should just be able to win next turn with Espeon Deoxys. So we can just do that. We can set up some more damage with Mew. Eventually, they get down to the Baby Blacephalon turn, and then we kind of wipe out everything else anyways. So this one is actually, I think, just a matter of time, unless they can catch us with Trevnor and kind of trap our hand. But even then, we can just start hitting them with Naganadel, and we should be fine. Jamalo and Lana. But I think we still win. It's got 1 HP, 3, 3, 7, 7, 14. Yeah, that's still a knockout if I get access to my my Trevnor. So we'll see here. I can Viridian Forest away a Wishiwashi, burn the Pokégear, because we can't even get a Cynthia off the Pokégear, so we don't be able to get another Lillie, so basically just burn it here. So yeah, Viridian Forest away the Wishiwashi, burn the Pokégear, attach the Rainbow, and then play Lillie for, what do we play for? Well, depending on our top deck, it would be 3 cards. If our top deck is dead, then it's less. We'll see what our top deck is. There is the Tag Purge. That is an interesting choice by our opponent. I guess they're forcing me onto the 3 prize card turn. That's maybe their idea here. Or is that the only thing they had the option for? Actually, it's the only thing they had the option for. So maybe just what they had to do. I'm just going to go ahead and Sauna Blast. We're going to take 1 knockout here on the Jirachi. They did heal that other Jirachi with the Malamar. There's our second Wooper. Could definitely come in clutch here later if they do knock out our Quagsire. And I don't know, they'd have to put us in a really awkward spot, though, for that to matter. At this point, we just win the game with Great Catcher plus Turning Point. So our opponent's going to have to come up with quite the play on their turn to have any... I don't even know what it would have to be. I think it has to be Baby Blacephalon here, but that currently we know that's not enough. So our opponent just kind of has to hope that's enough. But we know... that they don't know, but we know that it's not going to work out. We're going to be able to win this game, yeah, pretty much no matter what. I can't even think of what they could possibly do. There's a Psychic Energy grab off the Viridian Forest. Sure. Fourth energy to the Mew and Mewtwo. Does that do anything for them? They can Stinger GX, but that puts us to 3, which means we do just win next turn with Turning Point on the Mewtwo. So maybe they're not thinking about that, but that definitely is what's going to happen. Let's see if they go for it. And then they could use Baby Blacephalon on the following turn, I guess, and then try and win with that. Draw 3 prize cards. I don't think they can draw 3, though, in one turn. 3 here, 5 here, 10 here, not quite. Miraculous Duo. Okay, still doesn't matter. Still on 3 prize cards. We still one shot with Turning Point. We're doing 160, which is 320 when it's ×2, which is their weakness. So I'm just going to send out this guy. I'm just going to charge in up, and then I'm going to Turning Point, and we're going to win this game. And punch, and knockout, and 3 prize cards, and we get the dub over our opponent's tag team GX based Mewtwo deck. No problem. Go in second again in this one. Just what we want. We open the Lillie as well. Our opponent's got a Zapdos, so it looks like it probably is some type of PikaRom deck, if I had to guess. Some type of PikaRom. There's a communication. Yeah, it's probably PikaRom. Probably gonna grab themselves a, oh yeah, there goes PikaRom. Grab themselves the Cocoa Prism or a Jirachi here. Gonna be the Jirachi. PikaRom has always felt pretty good to me. Opening our Mew is not ideal because we don't like them picking on our bench with Tag Bolt. So, I mean, depending on how good their first turn is, they might not even be able to do that. But yeah, we definitely don't want to side power on turn 1. Or we do want to side power turn 1 in some matchups, but not in this situation, I don't think, because we'll probably retreat the Mew. That's what I'm trying to say here. We're probably going to retreat the Mew, send up, like, we'll ideally want a Wishiwashi to send into the active, because he can just sit up there and tank, especially if their first hitter is going to be Zapdos. They're not going to have a whole ton going on, because they don't get to play a supporter turn 1. Looks like they just figured that fact out. And, yeah, we'll see here. See if they got anything else. Gonna be the pass. Alright, we don't want this in the active, like I said. Don't want it to get knocked out. Gonna go ahead and throw it on this. I'm gonna burn this Pokégear. I'm always kind of in between on if I should burn Pokégears or not. And then Lillie, looking for a Wishiwashi, like I said. No Wishiwashi, plenty of treasures. That means plenty of Poipoles. Let's take a look through the deck. Ditto's here, that guy's there. Alright, cool. Poipole. Poipole. Ultra Space, third Poipole. Sure, why not? 2-2 or 2-1 Wooper, Ditto. Volcanion Prism Star would have also been nice to send into the active here. Just anything that is not our Mew. Now I'm unsure. Do I just want to side power now? Oh, I got the Quagsire in hand. So 2-2 Wooper is, or 2-2 Quagsire is in the deck. That's it. I want to keep the Mew around to protect me from Tag Bolt. Could get to that point, definitely. So our active is probably getting knocked out no matter what. I think I am going to retreat to a Poipole. I'm just going to give up a Poipole. I don't want to lose the Mew. And pass over to our opponent. See what they got on their second turn. Now that they actually get to play a supporter. Yeah, we'll see if they can set something up. Probably not going to be a full blitz in one turn. Probably not going to see that. Should be able to get the Zapdos working though. Come up here, knock out my Poipole at the very least. I have faith that they can pull that off. Like I said, we want to try and find Wishiwashi or Volcanion Prism. Something to kind of just like wall for us early on here. Buy ourselves some time. We don't even have a Wooper or the Ditto out right now, so we can't even get a turn 2 Quagsire currently. Kind of have to chill, wait for a little bit before we can actually start to make plays here. Tag call for our opponent. Finally gonna get themselves a PikaRom into play. They did whiff the turn 1 attachment, so like I said, I'm not really scared of a turn 1 full blitz here. 2 peaks going to the hand. Yeah, Mew. Protect our bench from the Tag Bolt. Not expecting a turn 2 full blitz, I guess I should say, because they didn't get the attachment turn 1. If they had attachment turn 1, who knows what could happen, right? All that, they're like a Guzman Hollow away from Skateboard, Thunder Mountain, second attachment, swing. Not this time though. Not this time. There's the attachment to the peak, and they got a Lillie for 3. So it looks like they might not even use the Thunderous Assault, instead opting to try and get into that full blitz as soon as possible. Makes sense to me. If that seems to be the favorite route for them, if they're thinking, oh, I want to get this out sooner. I mean, like you do just kind of want to get out PikaRom as soon as possible. So makes sense to me. There's a communication. See where they go from here. They could get, they have no light in the discard pile now, but the communication means that they can get access to the Cocoa Prism. So they definitely could get off a full blitz this turn. It's just very unlikely. I guess we're not too afraid of the Thunderous Assault though. That's probably not going to happen. Our hand is pretty good for doing stuff on this turn. Oh no, don't bump my stadium. I want that for later. There we go, communication away the PikaRom. If I had to guess, this is going to get Cocoa Prism. Usually they only play 2 communications. Nope, it's going to be Absol. That is pretty annoying. That's not too bad, though. We can just evolve our active Poipole into a Naganadel. And they do play Marshadow, which actually one-shots our Naganadels, which can be pretty annoying as well. All right. Treasure away water. Going to get a Naganadel. I'll evolve a Bentron. We can always Ultra Space for another Naganadel. I will attach the Rainbow to my Mew. Probably shouldn't have put it on the Mew now that I'm thinking about it. Probably should have put it on one of the Poipoles. This is going to be a target if they do play Custom Catchers. Ultra Space, Naganadel. I guess we're going to go ahead and give up the active Poipole still. Yeah, I think active Poipole is going to get knocked out here, and there's nothing we care to change about that. Just going to give up the active Poipole. I'm trying to think if I want to, like... Don't want to give it up, but I think we're just going to give it up here. I don't see a reason to, like, not just let the active Poipole get knocked out. I want to come up with a reason to save this guy. I just can't. I can't come up with a reason to save the guy. Well, we can't save him anymore anyways. We can't move him. There's an Absol there. I could have evolved the active retreated to one of these, but that never makes sense. Like I said, Mew, Tag Ball. This guy, second Wooper. This guy, first Wooper. If one of these goes down, then we have the other one to make a Quagsire next turn. Naganadel's more important than a Poipole. Just let the Poipole get knocked down. Maybe make this Ditto into another Naganadel. We do have that option. There is another Naganadel in the deck. Probably not going to be necessary with how much energy we've already been able to accelerate into play. We have we got a decent amount of energy in play right now. I'm not too worried about running out of energy or anything like that anytime soon. Should be good on that front. Next turn, we're looking to attack. They're going to attack with PikaRom. We're going to look to hit the... Oh, no. There's a custom catcher. Yeah, I shouldn't have put this... I'm going to make this very clear. I shouldn't have put this Rainbow on the Mew. I don't know why I put the Rainbow on the Mew. I kind of just instinctively was like, oh, I'll put it on Mew. Hopefully, they don't have double custom here to work with. And then knock out my Mew and then tag ball at the next turn. It could get really unfortunate really fast. So we're hoping that doesn't happen. There we go. Thunder Mountain, Choice Helmet, Unit Energy. They're attacking. They're full blitzing. Going for that over the Thunderous Assault, like I said. Looks like that's what they were setting up. That is what they're setting up. They attached to the PikaRom instead of getting the knockout with the Thunderous Assault. So here comes PikaRom. About to hit us with that full blitz. Nothing stopping them. I can't prevent it. We'll see where they put the energy. It'll probably be on their active. Hopefully they don't have 2 custom catchers in those last 3 cards. Oh no, they are just going for the Thunderous Assault. Okay, interesting. All right, I mean that's fine with me. We'll take that. We can work with that. Definitely work with that. They get to do get to use it for free, so it's not really that big of a strain on our opponent at all. Calm, but nothing to calm away. But we do have Thunderous or Ultra Space. We can Ultra Space for this. We can calm this away. We can grab ourselves a Quagsire. Sheesh, I can speak sometimes. Quagsire, cool. Gonna get this Rainbow in play here, I believe. Let me think for a second. Charging up. Yeah, we'll just put it here for now. And then Cynthia. And we're looking for a Wishiwashi. We need a Wish Man. Alright, we can get one with this. Wish Dude. We can actually hit this turn. He does get knocked out by the PikaRom in response. But that's fine, I think. Yeah, I think that's fine. We're going to go ahead and say that's fine. Treat. And then we can double charging up. Well, yeah, it is called charging up, isn't it? Wait, it's called charging up? It is called charging up. Do our charging ups. Do our washing out. 1, 2, 3, and then get ourselves a prize card here with the Hydro Splash. Our opponent does play custom catchers, which means we need to play like a little bit more conservatively because they can just like knock out Quagsire. So we need to like always have 2 Quagsires in play or be able to set up a second Quagsire. So we don't get to play as aggressively as we would like. We currently don't have our pivot in the U-Turn board, which is going to be pretty annoying for like setting up how we're going to attack each turn, but we should be able to pull it off. I don't know what we're going to attack with next turn. They're almost for sure attacking with PikaRom, so we almost for sure want to punch the PikaRom. I guess we could just go get another Wishiwashi to hit it with and hit it for 130. And then we'd be on Baby Blacephalon turn. And there's 2 custom catchers, so I'm curious to see what they go after. If they go after the Mew, we can Lana's Fishing Rod it back and then calm for it. So we have the immediate response. We're just like, all right, you knocked him out. All right, we're getting him back. This is why the Rainbow shouldn't be here. The Rainbow should probably be on this guy and be like, all right, don't put on the Mew because the Mew is definitely what they go after every time here. As we do see them going after our Mew right now. The Wishiwashi is going to be clean, though, and ready to hit again, which is pretty cool. Wishiwashi will stick around. That's kind of cool. We'll be able to utilize him again. Get that hit in for 130. And come up with how we're going to take our prize cards. I'm not exactly sure how I want to draw my prize cards in this one. Going to try and two-shot this thing, I guess. And then we're looking at, I don't know, maybe Blacephalon turn. We could set up some stuff on the bench. They still haven't used their Marshadow, but they can use Marshadow to one-shot a Naganadel, so maybe that's why they're just saving the Marshadow with the red knuckles. There's a Wooper. There should be this guy in here. Do not have a draw supporter. We only have 2 draw supporters left in the deck, actually. Looks like we prized 2 Lillie and a Cynthia. So there's 3 draw supporters in our 5 prize cards there. And do we have any Pokégear prized? We do not. All right, 3 draw supporters in our 5 prize cards there. So we're definitely going to look to just try and draw a draw supporter. That's going to be our goal here. Lana's Fishing Rod, like I said. Get the Mew back. We're going to calm away a Naganadel. Get the Mew back. Go to Naganadel. Get that Mew back. Mew goes down. Attach for turn. Don't evolve that yet. We might evolve that to that next turn. And then Hydro Splash for 130 damage. And then we're looking to knock this guy out. 2-shot this guy. We do have the Great Catcher. So we could knock it out with Quagsire. I think that's what we have to do. I think we have to knock it out with Quagsire. So we're looking to Great Catcher away this Naganadel plus our top deck. Our top deck is a draw supporter. We're hoping it's a Lillie so we can draw into more cards and then use it the Great Catcher. And then bench this Wooper. And then make... Oh, there's a Mallow and Lana. So that's going to make things annoyingly difficult here to take knockouts now. Now I have no idea what we're going to hit with. We could just hit with a Naganadel, I guess, into a PikaRom. This is our Baby Blacephalon turn, so I guess ideally we top deck Baby Blacephalon. Oh no, he's prized. We Ultra Spaced, he wasn't there. So our prizes are 3 draw supporters, Baby Blacephalon, and something else. We did use Ultra Space. Ultra Space can get Baby Blacephalon. It did not find him, so we can't get that. This one is looking rough. The peaks are big. There's no damage in play. We still got to draw 5 prize cards. All right, they're going to knock out our Wishiwashi. If we can get through 1 PikaRom, though, then we can just go... they did not need E-Power. We are weak to Lightning. If we can get through 1 PikaRom, we can use Espeon Deoxys to close out the game here and here. We got to get through this first PikaRom, which is becoming quite the task. I think I have to just hit with the Hydro Pump here on this PikaRom. And we have to use these guys to recover the energy. Yep, I think it's going to have to be it. We'll evolve this here. See what our top deck is. It is a Water Energy. That's not awful, but not ideal. Bench the Wooper. Charging up. Charging up. And charging up. And then wash out. Man, I think we're a little bit too far behind in this one. We don't have any big heavy hitters to work with right now. Yeah, the lack of supporters is definitely a big deal. I think I do have to hit a little bit harder if I can. How much harder is the question? Are we hoping for a top deck supporter? I think we maybe are. So I think I should maybe just move this up as well. Have to use our last Rainbow for Espeon Deoxys and actually hit that a little bit harder. And then hope the top deck supporter comes through. Or I could attach active and leave this here. So that way if I top deck energy, I could attack with this if I wanted to. So I'm currently hitting for 140. If I attach this, I'm doing 160. Yeah, 160 means Turning Point could get the knockout. All right, doing this. Hydro Pump. 160. Turning Point can get the knockout here. And then we're looking at Espeon Deoxys to close out the game at the end. I don't know. We could put 7 there. No, it doesn't quite work. We could attack with Mew next turn. Put 3 there. We could do 4, 7. Nope, we're 1 damage short on that game plan. We're getting their Mallow and Lana back. So our game plan has to be knock this guy out and then I don't know, take some knockouts somewhere else. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Not quite enough with the Hoopa. There is the retreat to the Hoopa. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 110 damage. They're not knocking out our Quagsire. I think we have a miscalculation here from our opponent. Or maybe they're comfortable with just doing this hit. But I don't know why they wouldn't just full blitz with this guy. So this is giving us a chance, I feel like. They are buying a turn to heal this guy. But that means we're not dying this turn, which is a big deal. That's a huge deal, actually. And I might actually even just retreat and go into Psi Power. And just set this guy up. There we go. Only 110. Yeah, definitely a mistake by our opponent there. I think they thought they had the knockout. If I had to guess, they thought they had the knockout there. Ultra Space top deck does absolutely nothing. So like I said, I could retreat or I could just take this knockout. We do have 3 supporters prized. But then they're going to send this guy up and heal it probably. Maybe they won't. They'll heal it. They have 50 HP left. We could KO it with Espeon Deoxys off the bench. We still have to come up with another prize card somewhere else though. Poof. This just kind of stinks. Alright, I'm going to throw the Ultra Space and play. We can thin out our deck of the Naganadel. How many outs do we got? 4, 7, 8, 9. So about half our deck is outs to draw supporters. When we take this out, definitely a little bit less. Yeah, I think we just go with that Hydro Pump. Alright, pump. 160. Take the knockout. They might not Mallow and Lana heal that guy. They just might not do it. That is not a draw supporter. Okay, so the rest of our prize cards are 3 draw supporters. And the baby Blacephalon. Both would have been very nice to have, a draw supporter or the baby Blacephalon. Our opponent gave us a turn to work with though, so we're gonna try and do our best with it. Don't have much else to work with past that, but we're gonna do our best. This is actually why I did have a Palkia GX in this deck at one point, and it would be really good against PikaRom actually towards the late game. You shuffle all their energy back in the deck and then they kind of can't do anything. I guess in this instance they do still have their Cocoa Prism, so they would be able to work with him still. Here they go. Volkner, Lightning plus something. What are they going to get is the big question here. I assume our active is getting knocked out, but I guess they could do something different. Lightning and Communication. Okay, so we can go next turn. If we top deck a Water Energy, we could Great Catcher knock this guy out with the Turning Point Naganadel. And then from there, we just need to draw 1 prize card, which we could get using Espeon Deoxys' GX attack at some point. So that could be our game plan. I think we send this guy up. How many energy do we have left? We have 3 waters, I believe. We don't want to, if we get a rainbow, we don't want to attach that. So that seems like a reasonable game plan for me. If we top deck Quagsire or Communication, that also gets us to set up the attack. I guess Communication doesn't, because then we wouldn't have enough cards to use the Great Catcher. So that doesn't work. Quagsire works. So if we top deck a Quagsire, Water Energy, or we'd probably draw supporter into a Water Energy if we do get a draw supporter. So that would also work. And then we get to KO this guy, not this guy, the guy behind that guy, and then go for the knockout. There they go. They have set up the Marshadow. So if we do take the knockout on this, they will use the Marshadow, but then we can just knock out the Marshadow in response with Turning Point. So I'm fine if they ever attack with Marshadow. That's just like 100% okay with me. So I think we just send this guy up. Send this guy up. We hope we top deck a Water Energy or the Quagsire or a supporter or an Acro Bike into one or a Pokégear into a draw supporter, and then go from there. We'll see what our opponent has here. It's probably just going to be the full Blitz knockout our active. I guess they could knock it out with the Marshadow. I didn't realize that. Yeah, they could knock it out with Marshadow. That's kind of cool. That's cute. All right, here it comes. Marshadow, knock out our Quagsire. Red Knuckles. All right. We could just look to knock out this guy this turn, but that involves this guy anyway, so we're sending him up no matter what. Hoping for a good top deck. And it's Espeon Deoxys. That is not a good top deck. Charging up. Charging up. This guy's got 7 HP left, so we could set up to go Espeon Deoxys to win the game, I guess. So we can go... Let's see. If we get 4 charging ups next turn, plus Rainbow Attachment after charging up, and then 4. So we could just go charging up, keep the rainbow in play. Before I can keep the rainbow in play. We can retreat. We can charge up 3 times and attach if we top deck, and then we can knock this guy out. But we're not going to have to retreat. So we charge up 3 times. Keep the Mew. No, I mean if Mew, it doesn't matter if Mew dies. So just let Mew get knocked out here. And Ultra Space. We need Quagsire, a Communication, an Acro Bike into any of that, a draw supporter into that. We just need the Quagsire actually at this point. And pass to our opponent and done. Hopefully they don't have double custom catcher here. This has to be our active, right? Yeah. Hopefully they don't have double custom catcher here, or they don't heal their PikaRom. Hopefully they don't see the fact that we can actually win the game this turn. They don't heal their PikaRom. If they don't heal the PikaRom, we have a chance. We just need a top deck. And we'll be okay. Quagsire, draw supporter, Pokemon Communication. That's Acro Bike could get us there. A Pokégear could get it. We'll see what they got. And if at the very least we can maybe send this into our active and would stall. It looks like they are going to heal their PikaRom though. Oh no, that's unfortunate. We can't do anything if they heal their PikaRom. We can KO the PikaRom with Espeon Deoxys GX attack, but then they still have this guy to work with. Let's see. They're down their Great Catcher. They still have a double custom. They're down 2 E-power, so it's possible they wouldn't one-shot Espeon Deoxys, so we can just kind of send Espeon Deoxys into our active next turn, I guess. And maybe we just punch this thing. We can hit it for 130. That'd be okay. I guess that would have to be our answer. But then they have access to Tag Ball now. Maybe I shouldn't have given up to Mew because of the situation, because now they can Tag Ball and win the game. Do they have energy left? There's a 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. They actually maybe don't have energy left. They're maybe out of energy. They maybe can't Tag Ball. We're going to go ahead and say that they can't Tag Ball at this point. That has to be our way to go now. Oh, well, now that, especially that they took the energy out of the deck, I don't think they can Tag Ball. All right, to like snipe the bench. So we can like send this up as a wall. There's a communication. Okay, we've done something. Communication, away this guy. Grab Quagsire. Evolve the Quagsire. Hoping they can't Tag Ball. Espeon Deoxys. Use the Ultra Space. Get the Naganadel back out of the deck. Evolve to the Naganadel. If they just hadn't healed, we would have had them. No such luck today. Retreat. We have 4 charging ups to work with here. Let's go ahead and do it. Charging up. Charging up. And we're hoping our opponent doesn't knock out our active or doesn't have access to a last energy to be able to Tag Ball, snipe one of the Pokemon off our bench. And then from there, when we can hit this thing for, what I say, we can use, so watch out. To double custom catcher also loses us the game. There's a lot of things that lose us the game here. We're just kind of hoping for the best here. Okay, we can Psychic Club for 130 and then GX attack next turn. I mean, that sounds fine to me. Now we could cross division this turn and we could go knockout, knockout. No, that won't quite work. So Psychic Club, we're going to be 1 prize short. We'll be 1 prize short if we did GX attack, because we could GX attack, knock this PikaRom out, but then we'd have 1 prize card left. So we have to try and draw all of our prize cards in 1 turn with the GX attack, which you can do now. Put 11 here and then 9 on the Jirachi or whatever. There's a Raichu. There's a Volkner, so if they have energy left, if they have Tag Switch left, if they have Custom Catcher in hand, then a Custom Catcher out of deck. There's a lot of things that just win our opponent the game here. We'll see if they have it. They're taking their time. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I doubt they play more than 12 Lightning. So Lightning shouldn't be an option here off this Volkner. So it's going to come down to Tag Switch, Energy Switch, something else that I can't think of. Do they have it? They're taking their time here, so I feel like they don't have the option. Do they? Do they have it? Yes, no. There's a Custom Catcher. Do they have the double custom? Show it to me. You got it? No? Yes. There's an E-Power. Double E-Power also does it. There's 1 custom to draw 2. I think their last custom... No, they're going for a second E-Power, I think. I think that has to be what they're going for. But they could have just got that. I'm so confused by this play from our opponent. We're either getting extended BM'd or they don't have it. There's the Tag Switch. Okay, they got the Tag Switch. They had the Tag Switch the whole time. Extended BM there. All right, and we are going to take the L here to the PikaRom. Unfortunate. Our mid-game kind of fell apart. Just didn't have a draw supporter. Didn't have attackers to work with. But we got it pretty close in the end there still. And that's going to do it for this video on Nag-Quag. Hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, give the video a like. If you enjoyed the content, be sure to subscribe. Leave your thoughts in the comment section down below. Have a good day. Thanks for watching. And peace.